Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm doing a book review on The Hiding Place by C.J. Tudor, and I believe this came out this year. It's fairly new, or maybe last year. Um, 2018. So this is a book which I picked up at the library. I've heard a lot about it. I'm sorry, the glare is kind of on there. I've heard a lot about it, but I didn't really know what it was about. And lately, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been picking up books and not reading the dust covers, kind of just going into the book, trying to figure out if I like it or not, just by simply reading it. I do tend to go towards mysteries, towards suspense thrillers, like murder mysteries mainly, serial killer kind of stuff, or those kinds of things. So I assume that's what this book was about because the front of it says the worst day of his life wasn't when his sister went missing, it was the day she came back. So I assumed it was like a kidnapping, who did it kind of thing. And it kind of wasn't. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm not a scholar. I'm not a English major or anything like that. I just like to read. And so when I tell you my opinion, that's all it is, simply my opinion. It's not based on anything else. So um, this book, I guess it was kind of suspense, but really what I kind of thought it was more of was horror. I don't know if it would be horror. It was just not, it wasn't, I don't want to ruin anything is part of the problem, but it wasn't like, there was a little bit of who did it. There was a little bit of what happened, but it wasn't necessarily a suspense of humans doing it, I guess. It was more like, I don't know if it was paranormal or just kind of odd. So I don't know if that would fall under horror or suspense, but it's based around the main character whose name is Joe, and he moves back. He's a teacher, and he moves back to a town where his sister, where he grew up, which he had left for a long time. I'm really sorry about the glare on this. Um, Unfortunately, that's kind of where it's at. But anyway, he moves back to a town to become a teacher, but there are reasons why he's moved back. And some people in the town, it's a very small town, and he knows a lot of the people. And the one of the guys with the main power in the town doesn't want him back. And so they used to be friends when they were younger, or at least they knew each other when they were younger. And Joe knows why, but nobody else knows why. And so the whole story is kind of a drawn out process about what happened when he was younger that made him leave. Um, it's about his sister, but his sister doesn't really get. You don't really find out details about his sister until kind of the middle towards the end. Um, and I don't know. She wasn't really a main. She wasn't really. She was a good character. Don't get me wrong, but I was more interested in him and his journey rather than what happened to his sister. And I liked it, but at the very end, everything just kind of comes together very quickly. I'd say in the last 75 pages maybe. Um, we found out everything that happened to his sister and um, everything that happened to him. And I found that there was twists. There was a couple twists that I enjoyed. It was not twist after twist. The story itself is kind of slow. It does kind of go into him, his life now, the friends he's making now, um, and yeah. So it's more paranormal than I would have imagined. That I would have thought. I would have thought it was more human, like I said, who did it, and there is a who did it in there, but there's also some odd stuff that happens to that town. Where they kind of make it different from other murder mystery books. But I haven't rated it yet, but I think I'm gonna rate it a 4. I liked her writing style. It was easy to read, but it was nice. It wasn't too wordy. Like there's a lot of books that I read that like a lot of details that don't really need to be in there that I'm just like, okay, why are you telling me this? Let's move on. This wasn't like that. I thought it was pretty good. Um, I one of my favorite passages as I was going, again, this is a library book, so I didn't want to mark it up, but there was a couple passages that I really enjoyed, and one of them was it's him talking to himself about like life that's going on there and how things are not always kind to him. And he said, but that's the problem with life. It never gives you a heads up, never offers you even the slightest clue that this might be an important moment. You might want to take some time, drink it in. It never lets you know that something is worth holding on to until it's gone. I kind of thought that was just poignant. Is that the word? I liked the way she wrote that. She starts off the book as well with a quote, which I always really enjoy. I like reading quotes that I'm not familiar with. Um, and, well, she says it's not a quote, it's a dedication, I guess. Writers are like jigsaws. We need patience, perseverance, and occasionally someone to pick up the pieces. I thought that was really a nice little dedication. So I think I'm going to give it a 4 star. I don't give it a 5 only because I rarely give books a 5. I'm not giving it a 3 means to me I liked it. 4 means I really liked it, and 5 means I loved it. And I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm probably going to pick up another one of hers again just to see what it's about. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I liked her character. That it was dark. There was dark people in it, but you liked them. You were rooting for them. So anyway, 4 stars. The Hiding Place. I recommend it. But go in knowing, or maybe don't go in knowing any more than what I just told you. You know, just kind of go in and see what happens and enjoy the journey while you're there. Okay, thanks. See you again.